Hello, this is Gio. Hey, look what we have here. This is a floor lamp, one of those kind of stand-up floor lamps, but for some reason, it's not working right now. And so that's what we're gonna try to figure out today. So the first thing to do is just to test her out. I do have it plugged into power, and I did install a working light bulb, as you can see here. And so there's just a switch that it works off of. I don't know if this is a normal switch or a three-way switch yet, but let's just go ahead and turn it on. Nothing. Okay, so it's not getting any power to the light bulb itself. Okay, so it's not that common for these type of lights to go bad. They're pretty simple devices. It's just wires come in, up, and goes to the switch, and power goes to the light bulb. So either the wire somehow got disconnected through this line, or the switch went bad. So we have to test that out. But I do want to verify to confirm that we're not getting any power to the bulb socket itself. I do have a tester here, 2 leads. If I am getting power, this will light up. So with standard light bulbs, sockets like this, don't stick your finger in here. There's 120 volts of electricity possibly in contact in there, and that could definitely hurt you. Basically how these light bulb sockets work is in the center where the light bulb touches, these little contacts right there, that's the hot end. So that's basically the power end. And then the sides where it looks like the light bulb screws in, that's actually the neutral side. So that's also part of the circuit. So to test this, I'm gonna put one end in the center and one end on the side and see if it will light up. Again, I'm very careful not to touch. So let's see if you can see this light here. I will touch there, and it is still plugged in, and touch the end, and I'm not getting any light on. I'll just switch this to make sure that it's on, and nothing. So there's no electricity at all coming to this socket. So I unplugged it, so there's no power at all coming to the lamp. And the next thing I want to do is just to expose the socket. And how I'm going to do that is there's this little part right inside that should just twist off. Okay, just like that. It's just a little part with this part on the bottom. This basically holds the glass bowl. That it's usually a decorative glass bowl that's up on top here, and then there's this little screw top that I need to remove as well. You could just kind of instead of turn it on like this, you're just kind of back screwing it and removing the whole thing just like that. And then I'm gonna try to pull this up, see if there's any slack in this line. There's a little bit of slack. I may have to fish some more out. And I'll do this by just kind of feeding in some line into the lamp like this. And hopefully that gave me enough slack. It does a little bit. So there's the light bulb socket right there. You can see that there's a wire coming in to the socket there. It's just kind of tied up in a knot just to keep things under control. And you have one wire connected to one side and the other connected to there. There's no grounding wire. So one of these are hot, one of these are the neutral. And so I'm going to next just test the continuity between these leads here. Okay, so I have my multimeter set to continuity. So when I touch these, if there's continuity, it will beep. It doesn't really matter, you know, if you know which one's hot or not. Just touch one to one screw and then touch the outside case. There's no beep. Touch the other one to the outside case. And I am getting continuity with that one. So the neutral is connected to this one screw right here and this one wire. And so let's go ahead and test the hot. So this must be the hot screw. And so we'll touch the middle, and sure enough, that does not work. So that makes sense because the switch itself typically controls the power wire or the hot wire. So the neutral wire is typically not controlled by the switch. So the switch looks like it's no longer working properly and no longer creating a connection to that center contact for the light bulb. Okay, and so my last test is just to verify that I'm actually getting power to the socket at these two little screw lugs here. So I have my tester again. I'm just gonna, I do have it plugged in, so be very careful touching this because you can electrocute yourself. So I'm just gonna touch these two ends here and here, and sure enough, the light goes on. Hopefully you can see that. Like that, the light goes on. And so I am getting the full 120 volts to this socket. It's just that the socket's not bringing the power to the light bulb. So we're gonna have to replace this socket. Okay, so I did unplug it, so no more electricity. So to remove the socket, it's pretty easy. You just have to remove these two wires connecting it. It looks like you could either use a standard head or a Phillips. So I'm gonna do the hot lead first. So we'll take this off and then kind of work out the wire like that. And although it doesn't really matter for the functionality of the light, you do want to keep track of which wire is hot and which one is neutral because they're not marked as white or black. I'm just going to use a little bit of tape here and just kind of stick this around the hot wire just so I know how to wire it up when I get the new socket. And then I'm just going to undo the neutral. Like that. And there you go, the socket's removed. Now, I took this out before I actually purchased a new one because there's different sockets. There's also, this looks like a standard socket. There's also three-way sockets you can get, but I wanted to know what kind of socket it was. So I'm actually gonna take this to the hardware store and match this as perfectly as possible because when this goes back inside, this may be a certain size that other type of sockets may not fit in properly. So you want to match the socket with your lamp as best you can. They're generally interchangeable as long as they fit properly though. Okay, so I got a new light bulb socket, open her up. It's the same shape as the old one, maybe not as shiny on top. It already has the little handle or key right here, but this should be able to just twist off like that, and I should be able to just replace this one in that. And yes, indeed, it fits fine, clicks well. Okay, so I have my multimeter out again, set to continuity. Actually, let's go ahead and put this handle back in. And this time when I test the hot leg, it works, so click it once. It's off. Still off. On. On. It looks like 2 clicks on and 2 clicks off, so yeah, so it is working. That is working, and then just to verify the neutral, and the neutral works. So this should work for our lamp. Okay, and so to reinstall, we just want to do it in reverse. I'm going to just start with the neutral. We'll go ahead. Actually, this one requires a flathead, so let me grab a flathead. Okay, we're back. I have a flathead. And so let's go ahead and just tighten this up. Like that. And then for the hot end, let's go ahead and take off this tape. And this one could also use a flathead if I want, so make sure it's all the way open. Get all around that wire, or all around, there you go. and it's secure. Okay, so next we need to put it back in place. The hole is right there. That's where the key goes in. And so that's right here. So I'm just gonna kind of drop this straight down. I might actually have to pull the excess on the bottom. There you go. And so I just put straight down and then just kind of secure the key in. Like that. And then this little plastic screw part there, just thread that in. There you go, and we'll test her out. Okay, so we went ahead and plugged it in and added the light bulb, and so let's see if it turns on. There you go. We have light. And it's off. So we fixed this lamp. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please hit that like button at the bottom of the screen and even consider subscribing to my channel. I have many more videos to come. Bye-bye.